Ladies and gentlemen, Kicking, you're welcome to the daily update. Hope you guys had a good day trading. Today, market is up about 0.9%. There on the S&P Nasdaq 0.0%. Semiconductor 1, Dow same. Russell 2000. Transport, banks, energy, biotech, healthcare, home builders, utilities, retail, emerging market, every single sectors are green today. Bitcoin up, gold, silver miners are also dollar down, oil up, treasury bond down. The rates are up. VIX is down about 5%. Let's stick with the S&P 500 ETF. Spider! 65-minute chart. Here, so this is what we close on Friday. Looks like we actually saw a slight gap up here on this morning here, as you can see. Looks like that gap was quickly filled though. Once the gap got filled, it did act as support. As you can see, we finally got above the short-term moving average here that has been acting as a resistance all throughout Friday's session. We pushed through that on the first hour. Perfect. Of course, on the second hour, we met with the midterm moving average right here. As you can see, that upper wick here, that's telling us that when the when we saw the gap down, bulls trying to get right back up, with the midterm being lost, that has been, or that midterm was lost, it was reprogrammed by the sellers to support the sellers' cause there, and that's why we saw the tankage. Definitely that midterm moving average showing us some credibility today with that. Obviously, the buyers are not able to push above the midterm. However, the short-term moving average, it looks like buyers successfully reprogrammed that short-term to support the bulls. So you can see on the second hour, we did see that downturn. However, that short-term was there to prop it up. So you can see the battle of the moving averages here. Midterm is currently supporting the sellers, while the short-term is so along with the micro term, as you can see yesterday or Friday, that micro term was right there to support the buyers there. So it looks like going into tomorrow, overall sentiment, I would have to say, just looking at last a couple weeks of price action, right? I'm not looking at the the primary or the mid term. I'm looking at more of a shorter term here, just looking at these this low right here, March 13th low. As we can see that we do have some cultivation of higher lows and higher highs that bulls are working with, and with a little bit of a micro term higher high here, micro term higher lows. I think if the buyers, we do have these two moving averages currently supporting the sellers, while we got the short term and the micro term supporting the buyers. So you can see we're kind of sandwiched right in between, along with this down gap right here. That's not a real down gap. That's obviously the ex-dividend day, and with that there was the down gap. But what I've noticed is though some of these ex-dividend down gap do act as resistance. And keep in mind though, this is a swing high. So this is a swing high. So this level is going to act as resistance. And that level currently
2 hours later.
That level currently is guarded by the long-term moving average there. And keep in mind that long-term moving average do have a pretty impressive resume, I believe, and along with the midterm moving average, because as you can see, that midterm moving average and the long-term moving average, that was the day when we did see this market tanked for about 3-4 days straight here. So this is where you can see the midterm and the long term is hanging out just right in this vicinity. And bulls are trading very, very carefully here, understanding that some of these guys are much, much stronger than some of the shorter term moving averages. So I think sellers obviously want to continue that pressure and push the price lower. And bears need to reclaim the short term and the micro term. Obviously, ultimately need to get above below 389 and make that lower low. That's gonna be the way for it to kind of dismantle whatever buyers have built in the last couple weeks here. However, if the bulls can able to get above 397 here, above this resistance, swing high resistance, and above this long-term moving average at 397, we stay above that. There's a very, very good chance quickly buyers going to get up and retest that 400 level. 400 is going to be that round number. It's going to be that prominent, conspicuous number that everybody's going to be talking about. Keep in mind though that 400 also, we have a double resistance. If I zoom out, you will see it comes from all the way top there. We do have that falling resistance and the horizontal resistance. So that's another day to talk about if we ever get there. Let's check out that oscillator. So the oscillator has crossed back up today here, and this is the news that bulls wanted to hear. Bears are not gonna like this one bit, just because the last several occasions when we did see that oscillator crossing up here, as I do a little bit of back testing, we did see at least 1 or 2 days of bullish run here. There's a 1 day of run, about a 1 day and a half or 2 days of run there. And if we do see it 1 to 2 days of pop, that should get us to about 400 here, given that some of these measurements that kind of matches with the that potential 400 resistance. You know, the price extension level there, if that oscillator continues to support the bulls, and if we do see that follow through to the upside, buyers reclaim that mid-term moving average and the long-term moving average. I'm gonna come back for you. We'll read, assess the situation. Enjoy your evening. Go trading tomorrow.